We begin our session today with everybody in the manor kitchen. Somebody is prepping dinner with your handy-dandy automatic kitchen. Well,
I wish I had one.
not automatic, but telepathically
Self-cleaning.
controlled kitchen.
Yes.
So what is everyone doing?
Writing down stories.
Sheila's probably chilling in one of the bedrooms that should be hers.
You could have multiples. A whole bedroom is a closet.
I mean, as Kayla, that'd be sick. As a Sheila, I don't think she would care that much.
Yeah, this building was not originally intended for, low occupancy use, so it's set up in a way that originally lots of people could live in, but at the moment it's been slightly reorganized so that it's more of a living space than a barracks.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that that Thava's probably doing what I'm doing and renovating and making really big rooms. Or
There is a room. Well, it's mostly empty attic space, but it is walled and closed in so that it's not just the roof trusses, and there's also a basement, which is mostly just shelves.
The creepy basement.
yeah, creepy basement where there were kids, and creepy attic where there were kids.
Your choice is children or children.
That is why the choice is knock down some walls and make your own room.
As long as you don't take down any load-bearing walls.
Mm-hmm.
Swim training. Go swimming. Have fun. Learn how to stay a little better afloat in armor.
I guess
Because it's not always easy.
that is something that you and Flint all mentioned that you would like to do, because I assume that heavy armor is not quite the best for moving around in the water.
Ordinary clothes are bad enough. I don't want to imagine armor.
Right?
I guess Floris is the one that was cooking in the kitchen then, maybe getting things ready.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Ready for the day.
I am the morning person.
How can you be a bard that also performs at night and still also be a morning person?
I found a magical bean that when you cook it up, it gives you energy.
Do you liquefy it?
Yes!
Do
I have this funny little press that I use.
you add sugar and cream to it?
Yes, it tastes terrible on its own. You have to add to it.
What do you call this thing?
I haven't decided on a name for it. For the moment, I'm just calling it dirty bean water.
That sounds about accurate. I call it vroom vroom juice.
Yeah, cooking breakfast, or is it, you said it was the morning or the evening?
It's the morning.
Okay, yeah. Getting breakfast started, organizing stories to write down.
Knocking down walls. Oh, pew.
You already know which ones are the load-bearing walls, right?
Destroys the entire house.
Flint comes back and one wing is just on the ground.
I guess at least you'd be able to rebuild it however you want it afterwards.
Oh my god, that could be between Flint and Thava, that could be like a weekend project. Just magically protect the kitchen, take down the entire rest of the house, and start rebuilding.
I mean, how many days have we just been vibing in the house?
That's up to you guys, because time is kind of wishy-washy in this series. It's basically
Fair.
However long you guys want to spend doing something is how long you spend between adventures. Could be
Because if it's been a hot second, a Sheila would eventually get bored. And either would be like, let's go to town and see what's up, or she would be going down to town to perform and coming back with potential quests.
Well, the guild did furnish you with a mirror board that shows what's on the request board at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Not sure where you guys put that, but it's somewhere in the building.
Right in the front of the house. I'm just kidding.
Probably backwards because we forgot about it. Like it's facing the wall instead of the general room.
It's just leaned up against a wall so it doesn't fall over or get in the way instead of actually being put up somewhere.
Right.
Yep, and because it's facing the other way, we forgot about it. And then somebody randomly runs into it and it's like, oh, hey, look.
Oh,
We have
right,
cool
this
things.
exists.
Where did this come from?
Now that we've been reminded of its existence, is there anything interesting on the board?
There is one notice on the board at the moment. It reads that the Silver Mages Academy has reported a missing student and is looking for someone to investigate. The reward is some magical training and a pack of spell scrolls.
Dang. They're now accepting detective work? Interesting.
Well, it would probably look bad for them if, well, one, as long as the student's missing, they can't really fill their room, and two, if they stay missing, then it kind of looks bad for the school and people will be less likely to join.
Oh, I understand why it's there. I just find it fascinating that the guild is now accepting missing people and detective work.
Well,
But
hasn't that been most of our things?
Yes, actually.
Actually, that's fair, yeah. Never mind. We're not a guild. We're a
We've gotten
detective
pretty good at
agency.
It's just that the higher level quests that you guys go on tend to be more like find someone rather than just kill goblins. Clear this mine of kobolds.
Check out what's going on over here. Oh, it's a high-level monster. Well, good luck, guys.
Or escort this people across the ocean and then get attacked by undead in the middle of the ocean.
Somehow. Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm bored.
Technically, you do also have your two like personal quests. Because somebody sent a note to Sheila, and Flores is probably a little bit annoyed that somebody sniped his contract previously, and the guild has mentioned that that is still going on.
Oh, and
True.
doesn't Thava have the jewelry thing to go and find the person,
Well,
the vision from the Night Before Christmas episode?
you guys did that. That
we
was
did go find something cool.
yeah. You guys found
Okay.
All the sand.
Yeah, you went out to the sandy place, found the boxes with the materials, and then they've been probably just sitting in the cellar for who knows how long.
I thought there was one more thing we needed to do, but that's okay.
Well, put it together.
Yeah, apart
Needs to
from
be
putting-
made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we wanted to. Oh, that was probably something me and Flint were supposed to do.
That
Reinforce stuff so that we can actually do stuff without breaking stuff.
that definitely would
Breaking the house.
well, that would probably be a downtime activity because there is a lot of work to that, and you
Yes, that's probably something that we would have started.
you probably don't have the tools or facilities to fully work on that. You don't even know what those are because they're just still in boxes.
I would prefer to do not my quest.
Done with the thieving life?
No, I don't want to see people. And listen, no one actually enjoys stealing, okay? We do it out of necessity. I don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah, you've gone straight. Don't want them pulling you back into that life.
I also don't want to see people.
I'm okay with checking on the contract sniping story.
If that's what you guys would like to do,
Right.
you'd probably have to head over to the guild hall to get more information because, like, that one's not on the board because I don't think the guild would like to advertise the fact that they're losing contracts.
That's fair. Well, considering that is our job, is by fulfilling contracts, I am very interested in seeing who is sniping contracts.
So that we can beat them up.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I will go to the guild hall with, it sounds like a Sheila in tow.
All
I
right?
mean, should we have Thava go with us in case we're just going to immediately go and do a thing instead of walking all the way back?
It's like an hour walk, isn't it?
Mm.
Roughly.
Dava! we're going to the guild to check something out. You want to come with?
Yes, this bucket won't open. So yeah, I'll come with you guys and solve this problem later.
Alright. So you guys spend some time to head into town and go check on the guild. There aren't many people in the guild at the moment, and the receptionist, Aloissa, is just like sitting behind the desk with her head on one hand that's just resting on the table. Basically looks pretty bored.
Well, since Flint is not here, it was Aloissa?
Right.
What was her name? Okay. Sheila will walk up and be like, Aloissa, you look like you want something to do.
Yes, it would be so nice if, like, we're running a little low on contracts at the moment, so a lot of the guild members don't have much to do.
So I've heard, and actually that is why we're here. It's really not good to be in a guild and not be able to take contracts. That's how we make money. So, what if, do you think there is something dubious going with that?
Could we talk in the back for a little bit? And
Yes.
she leads you guys around the desk to one of the offices in the guild where she does her paperwork and such. So, as I mentioned before, some of our lower level contracts have been getting taken care of before our official members make it out there, and this puts us in a difficult position because they already paid us, and so obviously we need to return their deposit. But at the same time, it's also potentially dangerous for whoever is going out and doing these missions, because when we get a request, we take into account what they've told us about it and give it a ranking. If they accidentally go and attempt to complete one that is above what they're qualified for, even though we don't know what they would be qualified for, they could get seriously injured, or they might leave and tell the people that it's taken care of, and then if they're claiming to be official guild agents, then that they could be screwing up our requests and making things look bad for us. So yes, we do need somebody to look into these and take care of them. We've been working with one of the nearby towns, Mostellan, if you're familiar with it, where to set up a little trap where they give us a request that we've technically already fulfilled once, so that the people go looking for it, hopefully, and we have agents waiting there to intercept them.
Okay. Well, if someone is doing these requests, because normally when we do requests, we have to speak to people. Is there anyone people have seen, or do they just have the request and magically it's done?
They put in a request, and then it depends. Sometimes it's just completed. Sometimes somebody comes in and tells them that it's all taken care of, or sometimes that there's just a note tacked to the town hall that says that it's been completed. So we're not really sure if it's just one person and they just are very strange about how they do things, or if it could be a group of people, or things if it's something like that.
How does the guild get their requests? Is there one or two people that are the main points of contact that then gives it to us, or?
Well, if somebody has something they need taken care of, they come to their nearest guild hall, and then they would put in a request with me, fill out the paperwork explaining what's going on, and then I would work with them to figure out based off of the information they give me, I would give the request a grade, and then we would work together to figure out a suitable reward for that request, and then it would be placed on the board for members to take if they're qualified.
So what you're saying is this, between the transaction of getting this figured out and getting it on the board, somehow someone has already found out and already done the work.
Not between when it goes up on the board, but between when it goes up on the board and when one of our agents takes the request and goes out to the place to fulfill it, it's been completed before they get there.
Okay, so someone is seeing the notices.
Yes.
Interesting. I wonder, at least for the time being, if there's anything that pulls in, to not put anything on the board, but just let guild members come in and speak to you about missions. I know that might be tedious, but I'm wondering if at least for now, that might be a good option. However,
the issue there would be is that they're not sniping requests just from our hall. Some of the, I've been in contact with some of the halls for neighboring towns, and they've had some taken out as well. So all the guild halls would have to institute where they're not placed on the board, they're just spoken
members
to.
only.
And that might cause a bit of a stir because some of the guild members are less than chatty.
I mean, I understand that, but at the same time, do you want jobs? But that's besides the point.
Well, if the option was not having a job or being forced to talk to somebody, I think there are at least a few members out there who would choose to just not take jobs. So this doesn't really affect them.
Interesting.
Well,
I would not understand. All right, well, so it sounds... Unless this, let's say if it's an individual, they would have to have a very quick way of traveling in order to be able to do these requests before someone has formally taken them. Unless there is a type of magic I am not familiar with, I am wondering if it's a group.
It's also possible that, because some requests do not get taken very quickly. Some requests sit on the board for months before they are picked up by an official agent, because either there's nobody of the level that could take them at the moment, or nobody who is capable of doing it feels like it at the moment.
But regardless, this is a problem. Which of the towns and other guilds are showing that this is also a problem?
I know that I have had contact from Avalon, which is just a bit out to the east of here, that they've had some requests taken. And there's another town up north that has also mentioned a few missing. It's only been a couple of the relatively nearby towns that have mentioned missing.
Okay. And how, at least for our guild specifically, how many of these contracts have been, I'll call it stolen for the lack of a better word?
We've had 3 ourselves. Avalon has reported 2, and Stone's Hearth up north has reported 1. Unfortunately, I didn't ask the exact time of the reported sniping, so I couldn't say what order they were hit in, but we've lost 6 contracts over the past year-ish.
Year-ish? Okay. Well, if it's over that type of a time, then I digress. It could be one person, if it's over that much time. Regardless, though, this is annoying. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that needs to be discussed. And I assume that this is something that the guild would like someone to potentially take care of?
Yes, we are working with one of the nearby towns to set up in a fake request, but we have not found any guild members willing to take part in it in order to complete the affair.
So what exactly is your plan? I know that you would want guild members to go in as agents, but what exactly was the guild thinking of doing?
Well, Mostellan was at one point a mining town, so our plan was for them to put in a fake request for, saying that goblins had infested the mine and need to be cleared out. We'd have our agents waiting nearby the mine until some non-guild representatives show up, and, well, they'd check anybody who's approaching the mine to check if they were official guild members, And if not, then they detain them and investigate what, like, if they were the ones who had gotten the other ones, if they were, like, why they were doing this and such.
All right. Out of curiosity, is there something that we hold on to, or a brand or whatever, that shows that we are part of the guild?
Pretty fast.
You all have, like, a little metal plate, and depending on the type of metal the plate is made out of determines your rank.
Okay, cool. I thought we had something, I just couldn't remember. I shoot a little turn to the other two and be like, well, I find this fascinating. Do you think the three of us could do something like this?
If it's not a terrible fight, then yeah, I don't see why not.
I mean, I guess it depends on how aggressive this thief, for the lack of a better word, is with continuing their work. I mean, between the three of us, we have 2 magic users and a tank type person. I think we could probably do this.
I think so.
What does Thava think?
We're gonna do a sting.
We're
A
gonna
sting.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that we are, if you accept us, I think we're the agents that you're looking for.
You are all of sufficient rank to undertake this operation, so I will inform the other local guilds and Mostellan that you will be arriving shortly, and that they should remove all notices from their boards except for the one, in hopes that it drives the poachers to you.
Wonderful.
Oh.
And where is this supposed mine where these supposed goblins are going to be at?
It's up near Mostellan, which is a little bit northwest of our town, in the direction of Stone's Hearth.
All right, Mostellan. Should we start packing our bags and heading up there right now?
Might as well.
And then we can have a camping trip.
To be back in the woods.
Anyways, yeah. Whatever details the guild might have for us, go ahead and give it to us. Otherwise, we will start heading back and packing and going from there.
The only other information the guild would have is that a few of the towns where the person actually came back and reported it as completed and for whatever reason refused the reward, they always just, like, they don't really have any details about what the person looks like other than they're tall-ish and assumingly male, because that's what the voice sounded like, but they were always under a, like, long, deep hood, so nobody could see their face or any distinguishing features.
Interesting. So wait. They don't take the reward?
No, they just complete the... They complete the mission and then leave.
That is weird. Okay, that makes absolutely no sense, so yeah, let's go figure out why these people are doing literal work for free. And yet taking work from other people.
I assume that you all head back to the manor, pack up some bags. I think you bought horses, or... I'm trying to remember...
Yes.
Okay, you guys did buy horses, so you're getting them all packed and saddled and ready to move out. It'll take you most of a day to reach Mostellan. So if you head out now,
we'll get there at night.
Yeah, you'll get there just sometime around sundown.
Cool. That's perfect. And then we can find a place for rooms and go from there.
As you guys roll into town, Mostellan is a smallish farming village, and you can see the general town things like a smithy, a tavern, a church, and a mill. Thava actually recognizes this place as she has been here before on a previous mission.
Yep.
Oh.
Bad memory of people and places, but I recognize that smithy.
How to remember if you've been places by the smithy?
Got a good, nice hot forge, or is it neglected. This one was pretty good.
Yeah, it's got
because
somebody
it's
working
mining
it.
town.
So I guess once we get there, we want to go to their guild hall?
Mostellan is too small to have its own guild hall. Which is why they send requests into Alstead.
Alright, then did we get names or anyone of who we were supposed to speak to?
She didn't give you a name, but she said that it was the mayor who reported. Well, it was the mayor who she was working with in order to set up this operation.
Okay. Well, then I guess let's go to the top and go to the mayor.
Okay.
I'll check in at the end.
Alright. So while Flores heads to the inn tavern to get you guys some rooms and maybe some dinner, Ashila heads to find the mayor's office in order to let him know that you've arrived and will be setting up shop for a little while.
Maybe get instructions of where this mine is, of where we're setting this up. Cool. I go to whatever looks like the place that the mayor may or may not be living at.
You find what looks like what you assume would be the mayor's office, as it's one of the larger buildings in town that doesn't look like a church. And you see there's a youngish woman sitting at the desk in the front room.
Sheila just walks up and sees if said pseudo-secretary lady notices her, I guess.
As you walk up, she does notice your approach and says, "Hello, how may I help you today?"
Hello, we are the guild members that came from Alstead about the issue about stolen contracts.
Yes, Aloisa did mention that you would be coming. The mayor is out right now, but he will be back in the morning. If you would like to leave a message, I can relay it on to him.
I mean, we could speak to him. I just wasn't sure if he wanted to give us more information, but to be honest, we just wanted to get our bearings and figure out where this mine is, where we're going to be set up, and hopefully catch this person.
The old mine is a little bit more northwest out of town. You can see the mountain from here, but it is on the east side of the mountain towards town. There's a fairly it's probably a bit overgrown now, but since the mine hasn't been used in a bit, but it should be fairly easy to find the old track that leads up to the mine.
All right. So it was towards the mountain on the east side that is facing towards the town, and there is a road that is pretty obvious to get to it. Did I get all of that correct?
That's correct.
All right, wonderful. Well, we will spend the night, and if the mayor wishes to speak to us privately, then just let us know. We'll be staying at the inn. Otherwise, we'll probably head out tomorrow.
All right. I will let the mayor know that you're in town next time he gets into the office, and that hopefully this can be resolved fairly easily.
All right. Also, just out of curiosity, if there are any beasts, monsters, things that could potentially attack us, what type of creatures are around here?
Occasionally there have been some wolves in the mountains, but generally they keep towards the other side of the mountain. Occasionally things will force them this side if other monsters are migrating through their areas, but this isn't the time of year that normally happens, so you shouldn't really run into much of anything.
All right. Well, I'll keep that in mind just in case, because it always seems that when there is something that shouldn't go wrong, it happens anyways. So thank you for letting us know.
My pleasure.
And she just leaves. Actually, before I leave, I just want to double check and actually try and use things. Could I just do an insight check just to make sure, everything she said seems to match? There's nothing weird going on with her presence? is the mayor really gone, etc.
Roll
And I
insight.
forgot to... Let me grab my dice, because I forgot to do that like a silly... Let's do a black dice tray. Oh, heck yeah, nat 19, and that makes it into a 27.
Wow. Yeah, she seems to be she's telling the truth about the mayor being out and
Okay.
where the mine is and what's to be expected. So you don't catch any hint of anything she's leaving out or any untruths she's told.
Sick. Okay, that's what I thought, but you know what? I might as well actually use my character skills for once. I keep forgetting. Okay, I will go back to the inn and find my peeps.
Thava and Floris, other than talking to the innkeeper to get some rooms for the night, what else would you have been up to?
General check of people at the inn. Anybody that stands out as unusual.
Everybody who's in the inn at the moment appears to just be local farmers or other workers, because you do see somebody in what appears to be a blacksmith's apron. But it just seems to be locals getting together to have a drink and chat before heading home for the night.
Okay. Check in with the innkeep and get a couple of rooms for us.
The innkeeper tells you that rooms run 5 copper a night and asks how many you want.
3 rooms for a week.
That'll be 1 gold, 5 copper.
I will pay it.
Alright. So he hands you 3 keys, tells you that your rooms are on the upper floor, first 3 doors on the right.
Sweet. I'm going to check them out.
They're fairly basic rooms with a bed and a dresser in each. The bed is probably going to be a little small for you.
Darn being 8 feet tall.
That's how it feels like when you go into...
I know. I thought
homes.
my 7 was lots, and then there you go, being a whole foot taller than me.
Okay. What Thava feels like is us going into an ancient house that only has 6-foot ceilings.
My house is kind of ancient, and it doesn't have that low of ceilings.
I've been in basements in some ancient homes that feel like that.
Oh,
There are times...
yeah, basements definitely. Main
There are-
living space, no.
No, main living space is usually fine. But still, why were these people tiny?
Bad nutrition.
Or just not enough nutrition.
Not good construction techniques, so they couldn't actually dig that deep for basements.
Ah, fair.
Once we're all settled in, I will go get dinner and see if anybody in the town is talkative and wants to tell me stories.
Alright. You do find there's an old man sitting in one corner by the name of Jenkins who has quite a few stories about the history of the town and just all the different because he's been here long enough that there have been wars where people were conscripted, and he served himself when he was young, and just has different stories that people have brought back over the years, and stories about things that have been found in the mine, how big the town got during its heyday when they found, originally it was just for normal ores like iron and copper, but at one point they did find a small vein of gold, and that really caused a boom in the town's economy.
Nice. I will treat him to a couple drinks.
Yeah, get them talking.
While I'm talking, just generally spread around the town that we're here from the guild and we're going to be checking out the mine.
Okay.
Do we want to spread that around? Because we're trying to catch people.
Well, the person always takes requests that someone else has been assigned to, so I figured we should let them know we've arrived.
Well, then they're not going to go and do the job, because usually they get there before the guild people get there.
Oh, I misunderstood that then.
Yeah, no, they find the job, go and do the job before the guild can even get there. And then the town's like, oh, this is already done. And this could be done within a few days, or maybe if the job has been up there for months, they did it months ago, and then no one ever said anything until the guild got there.
Okay, retcon then.
Okay. So you're just talking to people around the inn and seeing how the lay of the how the town is, and mostly spending some time with Jenkins.
Yeah.
Although when Sheila gets back, she is also wanting to talk to people. And she's just actually letting people come to her. Because she does have an interesting look, and usually small towns are like, hey, you don't look like you're from around here, blah, 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 blah. Sheila will probably put in a twist and be like, yeah, I know we're outsiders. Have you seen any interesting outsiders recently? It's just trying to kind of get a vibe of the guy potential guy that's tall with the hood pops up. Like, I'm curious if these people have seen him. Without making it be like, have you seen this guy in a hood that's tall and masculine?
Roll either investigation or persuasion.
My persuasion is higher. Let's play with that. Let's go with you. You gave me a good roll. Oh, there we go. Wow. That is a 17 plus 8. 26? Is that 26? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I apologize.
Okay. After hanging out in the inn for a bit and having people talk to you, nobody mentions anything about tall hooded figures. They do mention that
Hold on that.
somebody who you would generally think of it as a
No,
cleric
but it's fine.
and
Just
a
means
woodsman
that you
came
made the
through
roll well.
town like a couple nights ago.
No.
And did they mention, like, have they...
I was-
I'm guessing they've already
Like,
left.
I
Were
barely
they left too?
in
They
far
only
enough.
stayed in town
I
overnight.
was just doing like the way
Okay.
that you're expecting
did-
to do from watching stuff is to just go like that. And that's
Did
like-
anyone happen to mention, like,
All
did
there
they
really
mention
is
where
to
they
it.
were going?
Nobody meant. Well, they didn't say where they were going. They just came into town, asked if anybody had any issues or like how things were going in the town, and when everything seemed fine, they left the next morning.
Sus. Okay. And as, like, the next morning, as in, like, this morning or the morning before?
It was yesterday morning when they left.
Okay, yesterday morning. Okay, so they have... If they are the sussy people, it's been a hot second. Cool. That is good to know. Perfect. I will let the others know what I found out.
If it was our folks and they asked if anything was wrong, they probably don't know about the fake quest then.
Nope. Probably because it was... Well, because the townspeople won't know about it.
Hopefully it was a different person.
Hopefully so.
And just like traveling guy who fixes stuff. Jack of all trades.
Hopefully, though, if we do see a cleric and a... It was a cleric and a what?
Woodsman, ranger type
Woodsman.
person.
Okay, ranger.
Not that paladin guy again, is it?
That'd be funny. But I don't think so. Clerics and paladins are two different types of people.
I know, but
He's
the paladin guy was good at getting people to follow him.
That's fair. That'd be so annoying if we ran into him again. Gosh.
Which one was the paladin guy?
It was the one where he pretended to be something else. Like
Well,
a different type of person.
he was pretending to be a paladin.
He was pretending to be a paladin. And we later
Was
found
that the
out...
dog stomping week?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, that was not dog stomping. It was guy pretending to be a paladin. He was actually something else, and we were trying to... That wasn't when we got all of our cool weapons, was it?
No.
In that... Okay.
The paladin one was he came into town claiming that he had found a evil mage's sanctum and was looking for help clearing it out.
That's right. And he was...
Turns out he was
Yeah.
basically just somewhat of a bandit, had tasked the mage with creating some equipment for his group, and then was trying to get you guys' help to rob him.
That's what it was.
All right.
Because his skills did not match up with that of a paladin.
Okay, so we gathered information. Might as well rest and then head out to the mine in the morning.
I let the mayor know that if he wants to talk to us, he needs to grab us before we leave tomorrow. He's not in right now.
Before you head to sleep for the night, you leave a message with the secretary to let the mayor know. And then you all head to bed and wake up in the morning. When you get up in the morning, not right when you get up in the morning, but before you guys head out, you get a message from the mayor saying that he has let everybody know that some people from the guild... Actually, no, he wouldn't tell people about the... Well, he has told some people around town, the smith and the priest, that that he has put a request in with the guild to check out the mine.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Nice hearty breakfast, prepare for the day.
Yee.
Anything happen before we leave?
Chicken.
Nothing other than the message from the mayor.
So it's not to summon us. He's literally like, cool, I let these people know, now go.
He basically is like, these people know so that if somebody was coming into town to actually do this as an actual job, that these would be the people they needed to talk to.
Mm-hmm. I roughly know where we're supposed to go, so let's go.
Can someone give me a survival check to see how easily you find your way up the mine towards the mountain? I mean, up the mountain towards the mine.
I'm good at those.
You're good at those? Go for it, my dude.
Except when I roll a 1.
Rude.
Oof. So, it takes you quite a while to find your way up to the mine entrance. You wind up going down a bunch of wrong canyons through the mountain, and it's getting on towards evening when you arrive at the... You can see a set of tracks leading into the mountain, so you assume this is the mine.
This forest is weird. I've never had this much trouble. It's almost like I went on a mountain hike and we went on the wrong trail for 3 hours.
That was fun.
I want to go
One day
hiking
we'll...
again. Yeah.
I know. I want to try that again, except not deviate for 3 hours. Anyways. So what time do we get to the mines?
The sun is starting to go down.
Okay, but we finally do make it.
Yes.
Okay. Well, at least we made it before dark. At least.
Yep. Is there anybody at the mine?
There is nobody standing around the entrance to the mine.
Because this is roughly an abandoned mine, correct?
Yes, it is
Okay.
out of use because they basically tapped all the ore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then in that case, let's set up camp. Maybe a little bit inside the mine, so that way no one can really see our fire. Unless there's scary things inside the mine.
I think we were just pretending that there's scary things in the mine.
Well, it's more of I don't want people to realize that we are here. And having a fire outside is a dead giveaway that someone is here.
I can take care of that.
Hmm.
One of my druid things hides fires.
Oh, sick.
Cool.
Where would you like to set up your camp?
Do we want it at the entrance of the mine or a little bit into the mine?
I would say a little bit into the mine.
I agree.
Yeah.
And just keep watches for people showing up.
Mm-hmm.
You set up your camp. Flores makes it harder to detect. And you each... Well, there's 3 of you, so you each are probably going to take 1 watch on your own. So who's going first?
I'll go first. So I need to do a perception roll?
Yep.
Oh, that one was not as good. That's a 13.
Your watch passes quietly. Nothing seems to happen.
As far as I'm aware.
All right.
All right.
Second
Who
watch.
am I waking up?
I'll take second watch.
All right. Poke, poke. Poke, poke.
I'm
Poke,
awake.
poke, poke, poke. Yeah, go drink your bean juice.
Ah, the delightful scent of dirty bean water.
Yeah. Now I'm tempted to make some dirty bean water.
I have my imitation dirty bean water because I don't like the real stuff.
I drink the real stuff out of pure candy coffee fun.
So, description of what my thing does. I choose a point, and we have a 30-foot radius sphere of advantage to stealth and perception, and also flames can't be seen from outside of it.
Nice. Heck yeah.
So, I'm going to build up the bonfire a bit so I can see, because I don't have dark vision, and basically, if something crosses that barrier, we get to see each other.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly.
Alright, so roll your perception with advantage. For a nice old 21. But you keep watch throughout the middle hours of the night, and while you hear something at one point, it turns out just to be like some small furry animal wandering around in front of the mine. Nothing of any note or worry, and your your watch passes peacefully.
Yay!
My turn. Roll my dice. Ooh, bad. 8.
You do get a +5 from the sphere.
So that would be 13.
Okay. You keep watch throughout the early hours of the day, and nothing stumbles through your camp or into the mine or anywhere in the area. It's just a peaceful, boring night. You begin the next day.
Yay, steakhouse.
And is there anything you would like to do to set up in hopes of catching anybody who happens to come along?
Yes, actually. So, during my long rest, I'm going to prepare a snare, and I'm going to make some snares at the entrance of the mine.
Alright, and what does snare do? Like, do they have to make a dexterity save to avoid being picked up, or...
Nearly invisible and requires a successful investigation check against my spell save DC. Must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone and be hoisted in the air and dangle there 3 feet off the ground.
Whee!
And then because it is a druid spell, the DC for that is 18.
Oof. Right, so how many of those do you want to lay down? Because the entrance to the mine is about 15 feet wide.
I will do traps on the edges. Anybody heading straight in or out should be fine then.
Okay. So mark off your 2 spell slots.
Yeah, I don't really have anything that is trap worthy.
Let's see. I think Thava heard that there was potentially gold in this mine at one point.
They found a small vein.
Yeah,
Of
small
gold.
vein, and that this mine is closed down, so it's probably empty. But I'm going to, because
A dragon gonna dragon.
and yeah, and hoarding. I was going to do a locate object and see if there's any more gold around.
If you're just staying near the entrance, there is no gold within 1,000 feet of you. If you want to go, wandering through the mine and see if it catches.
Yeah, I would go down to probably find, depending on how far a end of mine is, how far, at least one section, because I know they branch. I'll pick one and find its end. As long as it doesn't, I will go, okay, define it. I will go a 20-minute walk in, and if I haven't found, and then I'll ping as I go. And I'm only going for 20 minutes, so I have a defined end time.
So you're going to walk 20 minutes down just like the main shaft, or are you going to like go down the...
I'm gonna pick the small shafts.
So...
And try and remember which direction it is to come back in.
So you're going to go into the mine, and anytime you see a shaft that's smaller than the one you're currently in, you're going to go down that mine until you see another one.
Yes, constantly going ping for locate object to see if there are any veins of gold that got missed.
Sava finds literally the California gold mine.
So as you're going down the mine, you do pick up a ping, and you like try and get as close to it as you can, but it is buried, and unfortunately locate object doesn't tell you how far in. All you know is that there is gold within 1,000 feet of this wall that you're standing in front of.
Alright, so I'll, within 1,000 feet, in a general direction towards this wall, I'll mark it and then go back out and say, I'm going to have fun later.
Okay.
Did you find a toy?
Maybe. I'm going to be playing with some toys.
I mean, depending on
Found-
how long this person takes to, get here, you might be able to play for a bit.
I'm going to stay relatively close to the entrance, but out of sight, so that if somebody gets snared, I can hear them yell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard not to yell when you're suddenly hoisted 30 feet into the air by your ankles.
When you weren't expecting it.
Alright. So, Floris is staking out near the front of the mine. Is Thava going back in now to play, or is she like saving that until after the entire mission is over?
It depends on how long the mission is. If nothing cool happens for 2 days, I'll take a day and go in and hope that I can hear somebody yell 20 feet or
20
how
minutes?
how far is 20 minutes in gonna be? There's no way, like, I would periodically do a sending. Hey, you guys good? Anything going on? If nothing happens within like the 2 days before I start going in.
Sending has a range of like 120 feet.
No, sending is the big one. Message is
Oh.
the small
Okay, I always get them backwards, but that
Yep.
means you only... Well, I guess you
one. So
have,
does Laura.
you have a few of those spell slots. But in 20 minutes, you could probably make it a couple of miles into the mine. Because the average adult walking speed is like a 10-minute mile.
20 minute.
So you'd be somewhere between a mile or two into the mine because you're not the average human. And yes, it does run that deep.
Yep, I figured it's a mining town. It's gonna be deep. So,
But if you're gonna
but
wait,
yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'll wait a couple days, and then if I get bored, then I'll come out, or then I'll go down.
all right.
You're an artificer. Can you make sending stones?
Elias was the only artificer.
Oh, what is...
She's a cleric.
Right.
That's
It's
who's
been a
also
minute.
a tinkerer.
Yeah, she just happens to be an artisan. Alright. So, that's what Thava's do. And Floris. So is Sheila up to anything?
Sheila is probably... She would probably go out of the mine and maybe like climb some trees and see if she can get a bird's eye view of anything or anyone coming.
All right.
Is my guess.
The trees on the mountain are fairly sparse. There aren't any like within eyesight of the mine. If you want, you can make a like nature check to try and so that you can work your way down the mountain to find a tree and remember how to get back.
Or another thing I could also do is climb a little bit higher on the mountain and see if I can look down from there. Because is it like a flat... It's a mountain. Yeah, it's a mountain. So I could also go a little bit higher up the mountain to see if I can get a bird's eye view that way as well, depending on how steep the mountain is.
It's not super steep. There are... you can see paths leading farther up. You will need to make a survival check to see like how far up you can actually make it without getting lost. Or running into a dead end.
Survival is a +4. I mean, I guess it's better than doing nothing. Oh, there we go. Nat 17, so that's a 21.
Okay. With that, you manage to get a decent amount deeper into the mountains. You find a nice ledge where you can survey the entire valley, and you can see the town down in the valley. And while you can't make out any people, you can tell, you also have a good view of the foot of the mountain, so you can see if people would start climbing up.
Thick. Okay. And she would probably go there, maybe a couple times a day. Just go up to the top, watch for half an hour, and then go back down.
Okay. And with you guys completing these tasks, the first day passes uneventfully. Who is going to take first watch? Or are you guys not setting up camp, or are you doing something else during the night?
This safety bubble doesn't make it so people can't hear us inside, can it?
No. It helps with stealth and perception, but it doesn't make us inaudible.
Oh, okay, darn it. I was going to say we could probably entertain ourselves, but that would require noise. So I say we would just be around the fire and maybe just kind of talk. Because we can't really... I mean, I think I have dark vision. Do I have dark vision? Yes, I have dark vision.
You're the only one who does.
Grip. I have dark vision, but it's only 60 feet, so it's not like I can really, look out.
It'd probably make it so you could see the entrance to the mine, but not much else. Alright, so if you guys are setting up camp for the night, who's taking first watch?
I could take first watch again.
Alright, roll perception with advantage because of the bubble.
Advantage. That's 7. Okay, I'll take that 12. Perception is... That's a 20. A dirty 20.
Alright. As you spend the night, the early hours of the night, just keeping an eye on the mine, keeping an eye on the path up to the mine, you don't hear and don't see anybody approaching. Your watch passes peacefully.
This is weird. I don't like how peaceful this is. Anyways, who was gonna be next?
I will be this time.
Okay.
Come on, wake up and roll the dice. 19 plus 5. 24.
Alright. You spend the middle hours of the night keeping an eye on the entrance to the mine and the path down. But once again, it's just a quiet evening. And
That's
so
good.
your watch passes.
Good, but annoying. It's unnerving.
Because we're used to constant action. Now we're doing a thing and things take forever.
Right, so third watch.
And last watch. 23.
Once again, watch passes quietly. Nobody comes to the mine. Nobody comes out of the mine. The second day begins.
People coming out of the mine is an option?
Well, when you were here previously, the mines had gotten a crack and connected to deeper parts of the world, so it's not impossible.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing where maybe like 3 times a day before the sun sets, I go to my little spot and survey for a bit.
Alright, roll perception.
That is a 19.
Alright. Looking down over the valley, you do see a wisp of smoke rising from outside the town. But you don't know whether it's like just some of the townspeople going out and camping or burning some like dead brush. But there's something out beyond the town.
And this is like morning-ish
Yes.
time? That's weird. I don't like that. Alright, I guess I'll just keep my eye on that, but that's kind of sussy. I'll let the others know. And I might stay up there a little bit longer just to see, like, what happens with that smoke.
Alright, you keep your eye on it, and it eventually fades away.
Still sussy. Okay. And I'll go up a little bit more often to check it out.
Forrest and Thava, what are you doing today?
I am going to try and get in touch with the local wildlife.
Other than the little rabbit you saw the first night, there really hasn't been much wildlife around the mine.
Oh no, well that makes that less useful. I was going to have little fuzzy spies.
Aw, man. No fuzzy spies?
No fuzzy spies.
Rude.
Well, while I'm here and doing nothing, I'm going to use the day to cast the farm-friendly version of plant growth.
You're going to boost the growth rate of plants on a mountainside.
The yield of them, yeah.
Okay. There will be a lot of sagebrush here next year.
Today would probably be the day that I would go sneak out or go delving deep.
Please just let us know.
Yeah. Guys, I'm gonna go explore the mine, check out the little treasure I potentially found, and I'm gonna have fun with that. Lots of destruction.
Alright, just keep an eye out because I saw some weird smoke. So,
I will keep an eye from the inside of a mine.
Keep an ear out. Well, no, I can't send a message. Never mind. I can only send message. I can't send sending. Rip. Wait, unless, where is my fancies? No, wait, my little mandolin can't do message, I don't think. Never mind. We will just...
I'll check in once an hour.
Thank you.
That'll make me run out of spells really fast.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many third and higher spell slots do you have?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to run out of spells too fast.
Yeah.
Because I'm going in 20 minutes. It'll take me 20 minutes to get... Well, maybe half that to get back out. I'm running.
Literally run a mile or two.
But yeah, I'll be in there. I'll check in every so often. By Zoom.
Can you give me a perception check as you head into the mine? And I assume you have a torch or something because it's dark in there and you can't see.
Correct. I have probably... Do I have like a light cantrip somewhere? Maybe.
You should, yeah.
Then I would do that instead of a torch.
Alright, you light up something that you're carrying so that you have a light source as you head down in.
Roll the perception. 19.
Alright. As you're getting close to the end of like where you remember placing the mark for the gold, you hear a rhythmic ting, ting, ting from deeper in.
Further in. That will immediately make me send a message to Sheila and say, hey, someone's in here mining, and it's not me. I'm about 20 minutes in, so it'll take you a while, but something's going on in here.
I will talk to Matt's character that I just forgot the name that starts with an F.
Floris.
Floris, thank you. I don't know why I want to say Flavis, but that's not correct. Floris. Be like, so someone else is in the mining. Do we want someone to go down and someone to stay here, or should we just both go down?
Let's both go.
Okay.
And I'm going to dispel the snares.
Alright, let's go. I hope we can find where she went. Because sending will let you respond back, I say cool. Not cool, but retcon. Floris and I are coming. We'll be there soon. Let us know if there's any additional trouble.
Now I'm going to go as quiet as possible, sneak further down, turn my light down low, and see if I can figure out if it's something I can handle myself, or do they really need to come? Because they're going to get lost. I just know. Because I didn't mark my path, I just followed the smallest one, and I didn't tell them anything about the smallest path.
Alright, can you roll stealth with disadvantage?
Because noisy.
Yeah.
Yes. So it'll total be a 15.
Okay.
I got a 15 and a 14 for my at disadvantage.
Alright.
Alright, so sneaky sneak.
Alright, now can you give me a perception check to see if you can tell which way it's coming from?
9.
You head back towards the main branch because you think that's where it's coming from, and then as you head deeper in, you come to a fork, but you can't really tell which way it's coming from because the sound is just bouncing around.
Alright, so what I'm gonna have to do is go back to the main branch and hopefully meet up with my buds so that I can guide them, and maybe one of them is better at telling where things are coming from.
Let's have you and the other two roll survival to see if you can meet up with each other.
Do you wanna risk that, Floris? Do you wanna take the roll?
I'll try it. It can't be as bad as last time.
That's fair. It literally can't be as bad as last time.
There is a 5% chance of it being as bad as last time. But other than that, it's better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So much better.
Very much better.
17.
Alright, so you guys do manage to find each other on your, when you guys are going in and she's coming out.
Dick. That's convenient.
It's like, alright guys, it's this way. This is as far as I could get. And then I can't tell where it's coming from. That one or that.
Alright, so I need...
And I really don't know if this is bad, but there's somebody in here.
I hope it's our red giant friend. Fire giant friend.
I have a plan.
Roll perception.
Oh, who's rolling perception?
Just one of you, because you're all together.
Who has the highest perception? Mine's a +8.
You have me beat.
Better than mine, but nothing I have is more than +4.
Dang, okay. Well then, here I go, I guess.
There
Okay.
should be a couple things that are higher than that. If you're proficient in them, you should have your proficiency and the score modifier on them too.
That was a 21.
All right. With that, you can tell which of the paths it's going down. You were saying something about a plan?
Yeah, Flores, plan? Question mark?
See what it is? I don't have a plan.
Oh, I thought someone said I have a plan.
Nope, the question was, what's the plan? Is it a dangerous thing?
Okay. So I need you all to roll stealth.
Let me just
Disadvantage
go ahead
for
and
me.
fail this now.
Oh. Oof.
Let's
12.
Christian-
That's a 12 for me, unfortunately.
Ooh. Disadvantage is a 3 + 1 is 4.
Oof.
Alright? So as you guys go clomp, 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 scuffle, trip down the hall, Flores eventually the tinging stops.
Why am I not surprised? Well, they know we're here. Should we might as well just keep going, I guess?
We mean
If
you
there's
no harm.
No response.
Might as well keep going then.
Alright? You continue down the path you were, and it splits again, and there is still no noise.
I have dark vision. If someone's tinging, I'm guessing they're smithing, and I'm guessing there has to be maybe some type of fire. Do I see any light
Make a perception
down?
check.
Perception. Oh, heck yeah, nat 19, which makes it a 27.
Okay. You do not see any source of fire or light or anything of the sort down here.
Frick. Man.
Like, 'cause they were probably mining, not smithing.
When I think ting, I think smithing. I know what the best plan is. Split the party. Just kidding. I mean, one of us or all of us could go down, like, a little bit, see if we can see anything, and if not, then see the other way and then decide from there. I don't know.
Might as well go down one and then down the other.
What do you think, Tava?
But they can both go really far, and the light tinging means really nothing of
Fair.
how far away they could be.
I'm gonna try something weird, because why not? I want to cast... Well, actually... Never mind. That's only 30 feet. I was gonna do Detect Magic. Maybe they were using something magical, but that's only 30 feet. So never mind. Yeah, let's just pick one and hope for the best, I guess.
All right.
I'm personally...
Who's got a coin or good intuition?
I choose the right path.
I mean, I like things on the right, so that's just a me.
Yeah. Alright, two for right, one for I want to be silly and go the other way, but I know better right now, so.
All right.
Oh, I see.
You guys take the left, not exactly fork, because it's the right side tunnel. And how long are you guys going to keep walking for? And
Until the next split, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Till the next split.
all right, roll perception.
And then give up and go back.
18.
All right, you guys continue down the path until it splits again, and you didn't encounter anything, and you still don't hear any noises again.
Well, we messed that up. Whatever it was, hopefully it wasn't what we were after.
Well, I don't know, guys. Should we just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper, or should we try this again later?
I'm a forest creature. I don't like the thought of getting lost underground.
You all head back out to the main portion of the cave.
I'm going to leave a portion of rations at the joining point that we got closest to the sound.
And Thava, are you going back to your corner of the mine to try and get yourself some gold, or are you going back with them to the entrance?
If it's still fairly early, like that only took an hour, then I'll keep digging.
All right.
Or I'll go back to digging.
What are you digging with?
Oh no, did I not? I don't know if I have a pickaxe in my thing. My kit. That's probably, like, I'll get there, go, alright, let's get ready, then dig through my pack and go, I don't have it. And then follow everybody else out.
Oh no!
Because I was silly and I don't have the bag of holding, it's not me. I don't know who has that. Or if we even have one.
I know Flint got one for the party and one for himself, but I'm not sure, because depending on how long it's been since the last adventure, I'm pretty sure you ordered those. I'm not sure if they have arrived yet.
I mean, if we did have a bag of holding, that would be really stupid of us to not pack that. I feel like that'd be part of the packing process.
Yeah, so that means we probably don't have one. Because I don't know how long it takes to enchant one. And then have it delivered from wherever it was made.
So we'll just assume that you don't have the bag of holding, and you don't have
no bag of holding, no pickaxe, because it's not one of your standard carry around gears in your hands.
So
unless you're a miner.
You'll just try and remember that this place exists for later.
Yep. And then go outside and pout for a bit.
Valid.
Alright. So, Ashila, the next time you go up into the mountains to survey, you don't notice any new plumes of smoke, and from what you can tell, there's nobody down at the foot of the mountain or on any part that you can see on the path up.
Sus. Okay.
No, this is the opposite of sus.
It's sus that nothing's happening. That's makes me nervous.
You're not made for stings. You're made for action right now.
Well, no, we've literally... listen, we've battled a lich when we weren't supposed to, okay? So I'm now expecting all the worst things to happen. So the fact that nothing is happening makes me really uneasy.
Right? So assuming that that's how you guys pass the rest of the day, we go back into our evening routine. Where would you like to... Are you setting up camp in the normal spot? Are you doing anything else before, like, starting watches?
I'm going to put my snares back up.
Alright, so that's 2 spell slots down.
Oh no, 2 level 1 spells, no.
Whatever shall I do?
You will cry.
Alright, so Who is taking first watch?
Unless someone really wants to take first watch, I can always do it again. No takesies?
No takesies.
Nope.
Okay. I've been using so many perception rolls. Holy crap.
Alright.
That is a 22.
Sitting by the campfire, watching, you start to hear some shuffling noises and scraping of stone. It sounds like somebody's coming up the path from towards town.
I am going to get up, and I am going to have... Oh, hello. One moment. I am going to get my crossbow and... my short bow, and I am just going to prepare, and I am going to send a message to both of them, because they're just cantrips, to both of them and say, hey, get up, there's noise. So that way it's soundless. And I'm just going to hyperfixate at the opening of the cave.
Those messages wake you both up.
Yeah.
Yep. Now becomes the question, do I sleep in my armor when we're camping? Or do I not?
Well, I'm pretty sure that if you sleep in your armor, it gives you a point of exhaustion every morning, so I'm going to go with no. So, you are currently unarmored. You could take some time to get into your armor, but I think that takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's really noisy.
I think it takes a little
But
less...
I can pick up my shield.
I think it takes a little less time if you have somebody helping you, and they could try and do it quietly.
I think I'll be okay. I'm not sure if this is a threat at the moment, or if it's who we're looking for, or whatever, so it's just... Alright, there's somebody coming, be prepared, I got my shield up.
Right? As you guys are watching, a group of 4 people come up the mountain. There is a... Well, it's dark, so you can't make out too much specifics, but there are 2 of average height, 1 is short, and 1 is tall. Not as tall as Floris, but almost as tall as Thava.
Are we just gonna let them walk into the traps?
Yep.
Sick. Alright. I have my crossbow ready, and let's see what happens if they walk into the cave. I'm also listening to see if they have any conversation going on.
They are not, or you don't hear any conversation at the moment. They're just trying to quietly work their way into the mine. As they advance, the one in the front, when one of the normal-sized personages, steps on one of the stairs and is hoisted into the air. The one following them notices the second snare and points it out to the others and warns them about it. And they set about... One of them sets about trying to get the other one down, while the 2 are now actively looking for whoever set this.
Suppression?
Hmm?
Suppression?
Suppression?
Crowd control.
Some kind of hold as many people as possible thing, right?
I can do that.
Yeah, let's just get them down and have them start talking.
Alright, I cast Entangle on the entrance.
Okay. I believe they all need to make dexterity saves.
DC 18 Strength.
Oh.
I
I guess technically the one that's up in the air probably doesn't need to make that, but
Yeah.
let's see.
He's already snared.
First. Fail. Second. Fail. Third. Success. So that's all 3 that need to make it. So 2 of them are ensnared, 1 of them is free to move.
Once they're down, I'm going to yell, "Hold, we mean you no ill will, but we do need to speak to you."
One of the creatures who is restrained calls out in a feminine voice, They're servants of the Empire. Get them! You can see that the one that managed to save it's the shorter one, positioning themselves between the two that are restrained and you all. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative just in case.
Just in case.
Servants. We ain't no servants.
Alright, what is everybody's initiative?
6.
12.
Alright, can I get those
16.
one at a time?
Oh. 12.
16.
6.
Sheila and Flores need to roll again because there were ties.
Oh.
Oh, even better.
Also even better. 19.
5.
What do you mean that's better?
Thava is up first.
No, the Sheila got 19.
Well, that was just her roll against the other person she tied with.
Okay. Let's see. So we've got only one person is not restrained in some way. Correct?
Correct.
So I will go and attempt to restrain them.
Okay. How far did you guys set up your camp from the entrance of the mine? Because I know that Matt's bubble gives 30 feet of cover, but I don't know if you guys were had that bubble right up against the mine.
No, I would have gone a little bit further in so that they have to be in the mine before they cross it.
All right.
Yeah.
So, assuming that you were all sleeping around the middle of that, it'll take you your full movement to get to the edge of that, and then so there'll be a little bit of a gap between you and their party still.
Okay, but I'm still going to attempt to restrain because that's all I can really do. I don't know. Yeah, they said get them, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want to kill them. So restrain it is.
All right. How are you attempting to restrain them?
Grapple, I guess.
You are not currently close enough to anybody to grab them.
Which just means that I have to walk over and attempt it.
Well, if you've already used your 30 feet of movement to get close
And
enough...
I'm still not close enough?
Right.
Yeah, we set up camp like 60 feet away.
So there's still a gap between you and them. If you were to dash to get right up next to them, you wouldn't have your action to attempt to grapple somebody.
Right.
If you have a spell
And-
like Hold Person, then you could cast that from range and try to lock them down.
I don't know. I have to look at my spells. Well, my phone is super slow at the moment, so it'll take a second. I do have Hold Person. Cool. 60 feet. So yeah, run the 30 feet, use the thing to cast Hold Person. It's a Wisdom 16.
Alright, let's see. They fail hard, so the one person who was free is now paralyzed.
Cool. Now everybody else can keep moving.
Since it's a free action, I'm going to yell, I serve no emperor. I am an adventurer from one of the local towns. Somebody has been snatching up the jobs we've been paid to do, and we're trying to find out who and why.
You hear the same voice that spoke out earlier saying, they speak nothing but lies. Don't listen to them.
God damn it, Itsuki! Please tell me this is not a hero of justice. I don't like dealing with that type. They make great stories, but they're terrible to talk to.
Actually, Asheila's gonna say out, interesting that we think that you're liars when you're probably going to die soon if you don't speak. It's your choice. If you're the leader, you're doing a terrible job. I'm basically trying to either intimidate or persuade them into not fighting by insulting them.
True. Tactically speaking, your best option would be to convince us that you're not a threat to us, which you're doing a terrible job of, in hopes that we let you go, and then you attack us. That would be the smart thing to do.
The one who appears to be attempting to help the last person down responds by saying, we have no quarrel with you if you are merely here for a job. We are just here to help people.
I'm assuming cleaning up a goblin camp that was spotted within the mines? Okay then. And I'm going to dismiss the stairs and entangle.
So one of them falls from the ceiling because they hadn't gotten
3 feet.
But
Only 3? I thought you said it was 30.
No, they get hung up and suspended 3 feet off the ground.
Oh, so it's not as far as I thought. Okay.
Yeah. It's not dangerous. It's a first level spell.
It's drop and snaps their neck.
That would be the worst luck.
So if they're all suspended, then we'll keep some distance, I assume, but Asheila's gonna be like, I understand you want to help people, but unfortunately you are taking jobs away from people. Which is not very kind.
Before that, we do have a fire in a camp back here if you would like to come sit down somewhere warm and maybe eat something. Like I said, we don't bear you any ill will.
the one that spoke earlier that you can now tell is the one who was hoisted up says, we want nothing to do with you. We are just here to save people and become stronger. We will be leaving now so that we don't have any more issues with you.
If you leave, the authorities will be called. You have to stay. We need to talk.
You hear the one who is attempting to help them down say, if they aren't looking for fight, then we have no reason not to talk. As long as we can talk, then we can always find a way to work things out. Not everyone who works for the Empire is evil.
I don't even know what empire you're talking about. Do me a favor, I've lived in a forest for 20 years.
Are you not members of the Empire of Ceres? And,
No.
well, no, sorry, Empire of Aletha. Ceres is the capital, I got those mixed up.
Aletha is the country we're in, right?
Yes, but generally nobody considers it an empire, it's just a single kingdom.
I'm someone who lives in the kingdom of Aletha, yes. I don't serve anyone there.
Emphasize the kingdom.
You see the person who was strung up and has been kind of belligerent, trying to they're whispering something in the other person's ear and trying to get them to follow them out.
Is the belligerent one, he doesn't have to use a bow, does he?
No, the belligerent one is the I don't know how to ping, but it's the one standing behind the one with the shield.
Oh, hey, we changed maps. Okay.
We are just citizens that happen to live in this kingdom who happen to also be looking to make money and survive. So,
Part of that is doing jobs for the Adventurers Guild, and recently there have been a spate of jobs entered at the guild that have been completed before the assigned representatives have had a chance to do it. We're checking into that because that is a loss of face for the guild, a loss of money for the adventurers, and disrupts the order a little bit. I don't doubt that they're good deeds, merely that they're executed with more... I'm trying to find the diplomatic way to say more intent to do good than with planning.
Can you roll persuasion for me?
I'm good at that. I shouldn't say that. I remember what happened last time I said that.
Okay, so 22 for persuasion. The
Nice.
One who has been talking peacefully with you turns to the one who's being a bit belligerent and whispers something to them. At which point, they reach out and touch the one who is treating with you peacefully, and you see a wave of black energy just surge out their hand and into the person who is knocked to the ground, not entire, they're looking in a rough state, and they say, if you won't listen, we have no use for you anymore. And so the other three start to back away.
Oh,
wait,
dear.
wait. So the person that's doing black magic was doing it to who?
Doing it to the one who was trying to talk with you all. there seems to be a little bit of infighting at the moment, and the one with a bow is going to take a shot at Thava. Does an 18 hit?
Ordinarily not, but this time probably.
Yeah, because she's not wearing her armor, so Thava takes 9 damage.
Okay. I didn't have my headphones in. Sorry. What was the number?
An 18 to hit, 9 damage.
18 is normally my armor class because I'm not actually wearing my armor at the moment.
It is 10 plus your dexterity modifier plus 2 because you have a shield. So you currently have an AC of 13.
Dexterity is a plus. Yeah. So yes, you hit me.
So you take 9 damage. And in the order after them is Floris's turn.
All right, second verse, same as the first. Entangle again. I'm going to exclude the one that got inflicted.
Right? So, strength save of 18. Fail. Pass. Pass.
Please tell me the one that failed is the jerk.
The one that failed is the one that shot Thava.
Also good.
Oh, wait, sorry. The one... Yeah. Yeah, 2 passes. So the one that failed is the one that shot Thava. All right? Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I'm going to cast Shillelagh on my spear.
I don't think you can cast it on a spear.
Oh, no, I'm mixing up my weapons. No, I'll just wait where I am.
All right, so back to the top of the order, and it's Thava's turn.
Alright. We're fighting. Swing or step forward and hit the guy that... Or attempt to hit the guy that shot me.
Can you... Oh, wait, no, you can't see the board.
Nope.
All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. You can just reach the person who shot you. Roll your d20 to see if you hit. It's your normal attack.
What's it be? Oh, cool. 20. Natural 20.
Okay, that's gonna hurt. Right. Roll a d10, add your strength,
8.
And then we add in the maximized d10 from the crit.
4 times 2 is 8, plus 5 is
We do
13?
We do crits a little different. If you take the full amount for one dice, so 10, then you rolled a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it 14, plus your strength mod, which is probably 5, so
5.
19 damage to that one.
Cool.
Alright, so after Thava comes the dwarf that's right in front of her, who's going to take 2 swings at her. The first is a 13, so just hits. The second is a 1, so a miss. You take 12 points of damage. Alright, we're back to Ashila.
Alright, I am not liking the bro that had the black magic come out of him, because he seems like the problem. So I am going to start running closer towards them, but I am also going to... Hold up, what's my fancy... I'm going to throw my Blades of Mage Hunter towards the person that seems to be the issue.
Alright, how far forward do you want to move? Just so that you're in range of them, because you're a little bit out of range at the moment.
Each of these are 5 feet, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'm running up 30 feet. And it doesn't say how far I can throw my blades.
They're standard daggers, so let me just check. Well, not so standard daggers, but...
Yeah.
60 feet. If you're throwing it if they're more than 20 feet away, you're throwing at disadvantage. If it's more than 60 feet, you can't hit them at all.
Okay. So, 60 feet, I should be fine, because which one is...
It's the one on the right.
The one closer to me or the one further away?
The blue one.
The one you're marking
Okay.
now.
Okay. Sick. I will try once. Well, okay, because I'm trying to remember. Is it possible to try once with the blades, and if I miss that I could try and do another... Let's see, because short bow is an actual action. Is throwing my blades also an action?
Yes.
Okay. Then... Okay, so I can only do one. I might... Well, I'm going to go ahead and just do the short bow for now, so I'm going to run 30 feet and try and hit, and then my next turn I'm going to keep going.
Okay, take your shot.
That is an 18.
An 18 will hit.
Sick. So it's a 1d6 plus 4. Where's my d6? That's a d8. That's a d4. That's a d10. Hello? That's a d10. Here's a d8. No, I want a d6. I'm so dumb. Do I not have any d6s on me? Oh, it's because they're in here. My bad. I normally don't use d6s. Where did my little... I'm so sorry. Give me 1 minute. Where did my little bag go? There it is. Heck yeah. So it's 6 plus 4, so it's a 10. Because screw you in particular.
Alright, so after Ashila is the guy who's like double-crossed. He's going to... you see him cast a spell on himself that seems to like put him back together, and since he doesn't really understand what's going on, he's going to like run off to the side. It's now the archer's turn. They're going to use their action to try and break free of the ensnare and fail miserably. So that's their turn.
Heck yes.
It's the one who attacked the rando and has been pretty belligerent to you all. She's going to cast a spell on Thava. Does a 15 will hit. So
Yep.
you take, as a bolt of searing light flies out of her hands, you take 7 points of radiant damage. It is now Floris's turn.
Bonus action healing for Thava. You get 10 points of HP back and 3 temporary hit points. You know what? No, I have the fun stuff. Let's use the fun stuff. Hold Person as a 5th level spell. Everybody that's in the entangle area needs to make a wisdom saving throw of 18.
Heck yeah.
Fail. So they are all paralyzed now.
Heck yes.
Alright, so that makes it...
Ava, if you could tie them up, please. We are going to sit down and we are going to have a nice chat, or I will be delivering your unconscious bodies to the guild.
Thava, make either a strength check or a sleight of hand check.
Ooh, 20 again.
Yes!
Alright, so they are all tied nice and tightly up. I assume you're talking about the 3 that were held, not the guy who's very confused at the moment.
No, I'm gonna heal him.
Alright.
I am also going to take their weapons, so that way they don't try and wiggle out and then attack us again.
Okay.
We're also gonna gag the mage.
Okay.
Yes. And it's not like I'm gonna hold, like, I'm just gonna literally grab them and put them away from them, but I'm not gonna hold on to them.
Alright, you have disarmed all of them. Seeing as the mage is a mage and doesn't have an actual weapon, you take their component pouch as well, gag them so that they can't cast. And I would say that basically puts us out of combat. Though I guess, well, seeing as they're bound, yes, even once the whole person runs out in a minute, they're still not going anywhere.
Alright, let's get them back to camp so we can at least be comfortable during this.
I agree.
The guy who seems very confused is like, thank you for that. I'll help you take them if you show me where your camp is, and he'll pick up the dwarf.
I'm going to dismiss the stealth thing now that we no longer need it so they can see the firelight.
Okay, so I'll assume that Thava grabs one and Flores grabs the last, and you haul them all back over to your camp and set them up against one of the walls nearby.
Okay. Well, as stated before, we're adventurers from a local town coming to check into some disruptions to guild business. If you would please, who are you guys?
The archer and the dwarf say nothing, and you've gagged the mage so they can't say anything. But the confused man, who you assume is the tall person from the report, says they are wearing a cloak that has a hood, but it's down at the moment. He's like, I was told that I'm a hero who was supposed to go out and disrupt the Empire's forces so that when our armies eventually clash, there would be less casualties, since the Empire forces would be weakened by the disruption of their training regimens.
Okay. That's cool. Don't mind that. Here's the problem. Why are you taking guild jobs?
The services that I've been undertaking were my companion here had information from their god that told us that these targets that we were serving would be the most use for our troops in the future. By preventing the enemies from getting stronger and getting stronger ourselves, we would be able to prevent a major loss of life.
I mean, it's not a full-on lie. You are helping local villages with stuff that's coming up from if what you're doing lines up with what we've been investigating, but they're not training opportunities. Guild members are freelancers, not soldiers.
We have nothing to do with the army. Or at least I'm making sure that's not happening for myself. These are just local people who happen to be good at killing monsters.
Well, in times of war, the Adventurers Guild can be conscripted.
I mean, fair, but so can the average citizen if they really want to.
Well, I mean, the kingdom would call on adventurers before they all on militia members.
I mean, you're not wrong, but that doesn't mean that we automatically will choose that.
It's more like a draft.
No, conscription is requirement.
Oh, is it requirement?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it's either
not just enlisted.
You serve or you go to jail.
Yeah, well then time to run. Anyways, besides that, unless the kingdom comes directly for us, we have nothing to do with politics. I'll call it for the lack of a word.
This is reminding me of a story, and I just have to ask, but this is outlandish if it's right. You wouldn't happen to be from somewhere far, far away, would you?
I am, in fact, and I would like to go home now.
And Flores is going to walk back into the mine a little bit, yelling about summonings and stupid kings and magic weapons.
What are you talking about? What are you doing?
This adventure is in Isekai shitpost.
Yep, this is Rising of the Shield Hero.
Well, not necessarily exactly Shield Hero, but just the trope in general.
Yeah. Okay, well, bad news is we don't know how to get you home. Good news is we know a lot of people, and some of them are pretty powerful. Maybe they can do something. When did you get called?
I've been wandering about for a little over a year now. Maybe a year and a half.
Anybody else show up with you?
No, it was just me.
Do
Okay.
you have a solution?
I don't have a solution. I know how the stories usually end. But I don't know that there's a good solution for right now, especially since I don't want to leave these three alone.
No. Well, it seems like these three are potentially using you anyways.
I only met them when I got here, so it seems like there's a lot that I wasn't told accurately.
Yeah, that's fairly true. First of all, we live in a kingdom, not an empire. I'm not up on politics, but I don't know that there is a war planned at all.
I want to know what the goal of these people are.
I would assume to use the hero to sabotage our country in some form or another.
I'm just curious as to why specifically Guild. Maybe it's just easy publicity of trying to get more powerful.
Easier targets too.
Yeah. Maybe make some random money on the way.
I don't have sleep. I'm just going to look at the 3 that are tied up. And you 3, you are true believers, I'm assuming?
Well, the 2 that can respawn don't, and then the last one's gagged.
When I say that, I'm going to put a whole lot of scorn on true believers and insight check on their reactions, whether or not they say anything.
Roll insight, then. Okay.
About as good as I can get.
So, the 2 that aren't gagged, taking a closer look at them, it looks like they may not be all there. There's, they haven't said anything the entire time they've been around. And they're just staring off, into the middle distance. And the last one, who's all gagged, just seemed very angry at you.
What do you think, Flores?
I'm beginning to get a better picture of what's going on. Thava, would you do me a personal favor and render that one unconscious?
No problem. Thunk.
And seeing as they can't really move or in any way avoid your hits, after a few whacks, they just slump unconscious.
Any change in the other 2?
Nope.
Okay. It's probably best to get everybody back to town, especially in somewhere that's more capable of holding a mage. I don't know that these 2 will do anything without orders from that one.
Seeing as I have no reason to distrust you for now, I'll come along and help you, and hopefully we can figure something out.
If I'm right, I should be able to do something for them in the morning. But yeah, it'd be better to get back to town.
I agree. I'm also sick of being on this mountain.
I'm going to look offended at that. Why?
Listen.
The air is so nice up here.
The air is wonderful, but the rocks do horrids on my hips.
Fine.
I was not raised in the forest like you. Otherwise, I'd
living
probably...
in a city, soft
Yeah,
beds everywhere.
Well, not everywhere, but at least there was hay. For heaven's sakes, even garbage has done better wonders than solid rock.
So yeah, I'm going to scoop up the mage. If they come awake at some point walking down the mountain, I'm going to whisper to them that their silence and good behavior is what's going to save their life, because I'm seriously considering otherwise.
Can someone roll survival so we can see how long it takes you to get back down to the town, and that will partially determine whether they wake up on the way down? Okay. You make it down back to the town in a couple hours while the mage is still out. Unfortunately, they don't really have anything better for holding them than just a normal cell. But they say you're free to put the 3 of them in there until you can arrange better ways to get back.
That sounds fine by me.
Oh. Well, here's the real question. It took us a day to get back. So the real question is, what are we going to do to make it so we can get back with our sussy new friend?
I think a wagon would be good.
Mm-hmm. Someone always keeping watch.
Yeah.
Someone who's really good at knocking people out.
I could get us back to our keep, now, but that might not be where we need to go.
Wait,
like our home?
Yeah.
How?
recall. Just set up a hotspot at the temple.
That's right.
Boom, we're home.
How many people can you take?
I don't know. Let me see.
It is you and up to 5 willing creatures.
The willing is the fun part.
Can they be, can the willingness be changed if they are unconscious?
No, because, like, it's basically they have to accept the teleport instead of just not deny the teleport.
Okay.
It's like consent. You have to say yes.
Also, there are a total of 7 people here.
Mm.
So there's one too many, even without the lack of consent part.
Let's stick him in the cell and just keep an eye on them. I'll have Dispel Magic after I get my new spells for the day.
Alright, so who's taking first watch on the cell?
I can always go first.
Alright.
Have my crossbow ready.
Aren't we down to, like, the last bit of night anyway, since we fought in second watch?
No, it was first watch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was me.
So this is like... it's probably closing in on midnight.
Okay. Then maybe since I technically did my first watch, that someone else...
Okay, so who's going to take the last watch of the night?
I will.
Roll perception.
19.
As you're watching them throughout the night, you can see that they're trying to work the gag out of their mouth.
I will come in there and knock you unconscious again.
They stop for a minute. Make another perception check. About an hour later, you see they're working at it again.
Knock them unconscious again. Actually, make sure they know that I'm coming. Tell them that their good behavior is all that's saving their life just because they weren't awake for that. And then knock them unconscious again.
Okay, you knock them back out. And as the watch... Well, as the sun starts to come over the mountains, you can see that they're starting to rouse again. Make a perception check.
24.
You see them working the gag out again. So they
Do you have something useful to say?
Do you take the gag out?
Oh no, I'm just waiting for them to nod or shake their head. I'm just asking if they have something useful.
They shake their head.
Then keep the gag in, or you're going out again.
They, as far as you can tell, stop working on the gag for the moment.
27 on whether they're going to mess with it again as soon as I turn my back.
Yes, you figure that as soon as they think you're not looking, they're going to try and get it out again.
I'm going to ask him if he was the one that messed with his companions, or if that was someone else.
Who are you asking this?
The gagged one.
Oh, the gagged woman is a woman. And
Oh, if she was.
so you take the gag out of her... Oh, you're asking if she was the one who messed with her companions? And she just
Yeah, I'm sticking to yes-no questions.
she cocks her head to the side like she doesn't understand.
Your companions don't have a thought in their brains.
She shakes her head yes.
And this didn't seem odd to you.
She shakes her head no.
Why?
You see her moving her mouth like the gag's in the way.
Nah, I don't feel like giving you your powers of speech back yet, considering what you tried to do with them yesterday. I'm still on the fence about killing you.
She shrugs.
If I had any skill with the needle, I could take the gag out and sew your mouth shut, but I'm not very good.
She shrugs.
Let me check something. No, druids don't get sleep. Dang it.
What about bards? Well, I guess you would have had to take it, not
Yeah,
just prepare it.
I have my bard list already. While she's still missing with the gag, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic as a 6th level spell on one of the other two.
It melts into a puddle of water.
I'm going to look at the mage. Was that your doing?
She shakes her head.
Who sends people around with water clones? Honestly, are you some kind of ninja too? I'm going to dispel the fighter too, so we just have the mage.
It also it crumbles into a pile of earth instead of water, but now
You know, if I do that to you, will you just disappear in a puff of air?
She shakes her head like she's just doesn't find that amusing.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Nothing happens as far as you can tell.
Oh, good, you are real. That makes this so much more satisfying. And I'm gonna knock her unconscious again.
And she's back out. Alright, so while she's unconscious, what are you all doing?
Sleeping.
Well, it's the early morning when they were having this conversation, but I guess you could sleep in.
I mean, I'm tired. Maybe whenever we wake up, go talk to Le Mayor.
You do find the mayor in his office, and the secretary waves you in.
Sick. We caught our people.
I'm glad that we could be of some service to the guild.
Just as a warning, it's a group of people, but really only it's one person that seems to be a particular menace. Everyone else, I think, has been manipulated.
I'm sure the guild would like to know this. I was only here to facilitate the operation itself.
I just wanted... Apologize. I just wanted to let you know, just in case you needed that information. I'm guessing there's really not any type of magical ways of getting home faster here.
Unfortunately, we don't have anything like that, no. We
Okay.
could lend you a cart. As I saw, you have horses, but that's the best we could do.
Actually, a cart might be really helpful, because we will need to be 24-hour guarding our obnoxious person.
I'll make sure that that cart is made ready for you and delivered to the inn where, well, that's the only place you could be staying.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we could stay on the street, but that probably wouldn't be very comfortable.
It would be for me.
You know what? Cool. I just wanted to let him know what was going on. And yeah. Go check up on everyone, I guess.
Flores, would you have told Ashila where you were Well, I guess the cell was the last place she would have known you were, so I guess she'd head over there to check on you, or she'd head back to the inn to check on Thava.
Probably go to the prison first.
And I assume that, let's say that she comes in right as you're, like, walking back out of the cell after knocking the cleric back out.
At some point, she's just going to get brain damage if I keep doing that.
I don't know, maybe if they have enough brain damage, they'll just stop being a menace.
So, adding to this, the mage was the only real one. I think the other two were some kind of golem.
Really?
Yeah, I dispelled magic on them, and they turned into a puddle and a pile of rocks.
So really it's just this mage and our foreign friend.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes me feel a little better that we only have to worry about really one person and not 3. And they don't have golems. Because golems take a while to make, correct?
They should. Unless it was like a lesser elemental summoning or something.
Well, as long as we can keep this mage under wraps. I talked to the mayor. Oh my goodness, I'm so tired. They are going to provide us with a cart. So we can have someone with the mage. Make sure they either are on good behavior or knock them out, and we can just start heading back to the guild.
Alright, so, assuming that Flores was going to continue staying with the mage until this is all sorted, if Ashila goes back to the inn to collect Thava, then the cart is there waiting for you, and you can hitch your horses to it.
Let's go. Let's get back home. It makes me nervous being in charge of a person that doesn't want to comply.
Taking the cart over to the cell where the mage is being held to pick up them and Flores. you load their unconscious body into the back of the cart,
Perfect.
and they do wake up one time in the trip back to Alstead, and I'm assuming Flores just knocks them back out because they are once again trying to get the gag out.
I will offer them a cup of water with a straw, just in case they're thirsty, and then if they continue to try and force the gag out, yeah.
But you get back to the guild, and Eloise is like, it's very helpful to have a foreign source of information. Luckily, the guild does have a way with dealing with mages, so we will take care of them from now, and
Oh, thank you. That's what I was hoping on.
transfer them on to someone else when we find out who exactly is going to take care of them. But for your help in this matter, we will allow you to use any of the guild's services for free for the next year. I realize this doesn't help you at the moment, but if you travel to another location with the guild, you'll be able to stay at the hall for free. You can use transportation services because some of the larger halls do have teleportation circles. If you need something identified, I can take care of that for you. And any other guild facilities are open for your use.
There's actually some guild help that I would like. And I'm going to explain the situation about the summoned hero and looking for a way to get them back home.
There are stories about this happening, but I'd always thought they were just that. Luckily, we do have some higher-ranking mages in the guild, and we'll pass this on to them, and hopefully they can figure out something to do with it. As for now, if they want to, we could test them to see if they could become a member of the guild, or we can offer them supplies for if they would like to travel and see if they can find their own way home.
I just realized we never got our friend's name.
That's because I didn't give him one.
Oh.
The hardest part of being a DM. Names.
Names.
On the initiative order, he was just marked down as hero.
You should call him Subaru.
But with that, you guys have returned home, and you are free to go about the day as you wish.
Yay!
Yay! We did it!